Hello, and welcome back to another car conversation. Today, I wanted to do a special car conversation. This one is just one of the life lessons that I learned through an experience that I've had, and I thought that, maybe it will help somebody if I shared it. So, years ago, I want to say 2009-ish, so, when the housing market was crashing, I was in real estate, and we were feeling the brunt of that housing market crash very early, much earlier than people even started having the conversation about a recession, quite honestly. But lo and behold, I got a great listing. This property we listed, I can't remember exactly where we listed it, but we started like $1 million plus. Not, that my clients were listening to my advice, because the house was not worth $1 million. But, the client is always right. So I listed the house at 1.1 or 1.2 or whatever it was. And throughout the course of the month, so I think I listed the house like in April-ish or so, right before the summer, maybe March. And I just put all my eggs in one basket with this house. Like, this house was going to be my saving grace. Selling this house, getting the money out of this house, because again, we were already feeling the brunt of the housing market in the real estate industry. So long story short, for months, I poured money into this house, marketing, advertising. I was there every single weekend, holding open houses, begging the sellers, which were two odd kind of dudes. So that should have raised some eyebrows for me, but I was all about the money at that time, to be honest with you. So I was looking beyond a lot of red flags, let me say that. So I'm marketing the house, and then periodically I would receive these calls from investors out of like New York and different places. I would ask the sellers about it. They would lie. They'd say, "Oh no, the taxes are paid. Oh no, there's no problem. Just move the house, move the house." And by the way, we did receive offers on this property, and they turned them down. So we ended up reducing the house a couple of times, and then one Saturday morning, I want to say in the month of September, I received a phone call from the bank's agent telling me to come pick up my lockbox, my sign, everything that I have at the house, because the bank was taking the house back. I was absolutely devastated. I tried to contact the sellers. I think one of them did call me back, and it's like, "Oh, let me look into it." And then I never heard from him again. So all that money that I poured into that house, there was no way that I was going to be able to recuperate it. So being devastated is an understatement, honestly. Because again, I just thought that I was going to bring all this stuff into fruition in my life if I just had this one sale. Think about it. $1 million plus sale, 6%. If I sell the house myself, there you go. So that happened. But in October, I received a phone call from the court. And this individual that I had long given up hope on, long given up trying to look for, apparently they found him. And not only when they found him, he had quite a bit of money on him, and he owed me quite a bit of money, and that money had been confiscated. So from October to January, it was court date after court date, document after document, filing after filing. I believe, because I couldn't afford an attorney at that time. So I was only working with the court appointed representative at that time. But I will say this: what I had anticipated getting out of the sale of that house, okay? I'm gonna let you do the math. $1 million house, 6%. What I had anticipated getting out of that house, I put all my eggs in this one basket, and I just knew I had to make this happen, right? But my intentions were still set on a certain amount of money. Well, lo and behold, February of 2010, not only did I receive the amount of money that I would have made from that house, I received double that. Double was deposited into my account in February 2010. Actually, a big part of or reason how I was able to move to LA and pursue acting full time.